Alright, back in the swing of things. So, sorry about not streaming yesterday. I slept through most of the day.
I see. Heard it.
Oh, and kind of get back to what I did in between Saturday and today. Is one, I changed to a one-hander, which has the exact same damage and better enchantment than our Oblivion's Orphan. Because, well, I was using that a bit to handicap myself a little bit, make fights a bit longer, more interesting. At this point, I've come to expect fights to end quickly, so I'm less keen on handicapping myself. And one of the ways I end up handicapping myself is that if I'm using a two-hander or just a one-hander by itself, I don't actually get the expert or master perks for block at all. I don't get the bashes, I don't get the disarms. It's only if I'm doing hand-to-hand or with a shield, so back using the shields, even though it's the huge ass spellbreaker. I think I refactored some buffs. Also, I noticed I got this. I clicked through the messages for the way shrines pretty fast because I assume they're all the same, but apparently, once you visit the 9th way shrine, you get this greater power, and I haven't used it yet, so I'll see how much it actually is. What was it? Right, shell. So this is the new buff. Used to have exoskeleton, which was a combination of fortified shell and restless body. It was those two together. Shell gives me effectively the same health restore, even though it's not 6 but 5. That's because of spell effectiveness, where the 3s became 2. So I'd actually be getting 4 from stacking the 2 buffs, so I still get 4 from this. And I didn't need fortify fatigue. I have enough restore. That's just not an issue. Fortify fatigue doesn't do anything for me. But drop that. Instead, increase the shield value, increase the restore health value, and then I threw in Fortify Intelligence, 300 points, because that was kind of cheap enough. As you can see, though, the spell... Never mind. Exoskeleton costs 660 magicka. This is like 50% more expensive. So it is... I mean, it works for me. But thinking about it, just saying that out loud, this is... God, that's way... so much. It works. And Fortify Intelligence is to increase magicka regen after cost and recoup the entire cost of it over time. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything in the new spells category. Well, there's Critical Weakness, which I don't really need any more than I'm using enchanted weapons. This is for like when I choose to use an unenchanted weapon. I can get some extra damage through this, but otherwise it's useless. Arctic is a vanilla spell. Oddly enough, that's actually kind of decent. It's actually a pretty decent spell. Anything else? Right, I kind of figured out what phasing does, although I'm not entirely sure if I bugged it out or not, but it's basically banishment from D&D. You know, poof the enemy out of existence for X amount of turns, and they just poof back in exactly as they were. Yeah, that's phasing. Just they can't move, you can't harm them, they can't harm you. It's like you just disabled them. You just clicked on them with the freaking console commands and then just hit disable. Kind of what phasing does. I mean, it's not too useful for me. I can definitely see that being having good applicable use. Beyond that was mostly quests. So that I started pursuing all the master trainings that I did because I've been picking those up and just ignoring them because we're mastering everything already. I started finishing a bunch, get them out of the quest journal. Beyond that, one, Sanguine, I found the shrine and I got the offering. So we'll do that when it's time to. And then also because it was off stream, instead of going to Anvil, I just started exploring around the new path that's opened up because now that we've gotten to Kavach, I can basically go anywhere that's not in the immediate area of Anvil or Coral, two towns you haven't been to yet. So that opens up a huge stretch of wilderness that I started exploring through. And got a number of places. And in one of them, killed a bandit, picked up rock shatter, which triggered a quest to go find when the vow breaks. It's gonna be something. What the heck else is I on? Oh well.
Any news from the other provinces?
This is exactly where we left off 2 days ago.
Take care.
But it's in-game, it's probably been like 10 days since we've been here.
Greetings to you.
Welcome to the Brina Cross Inn. Can I interest you in something to eat, or perhaps a bed for the night?
I forget what time it is in-game.
A little food and drink will do you some good.
Yeah, I recently bought out all your food.
Let's get to training. Farewell.
It is 1:45 a.m. It is dead of night. So, what do? I really want to go do Sanguine Shrine. I do want to have as many artifacts as possible. Just because some of them can be really good effects. Also, I have like a hotkeyed speed spell.
Oh!
Low locations. Oh, that's quite a few nearby. Rad's estate, you say? Slave quarters. Place seems empty. Again, it's 2 a.m., so probably all asleep if they even exist. Sorry, do they even? Is there actually any life here? What? Stealing either. Front door is unlocked. I will check first and back doors, I guess. Probably none. I really don't know what the hell is up here. Wait. Number one. Alright, there's one life signature. Not here to loot the place, Mr. What the hell is going on? Oh, there's two. looking at a diary or something. Pretty normal so far. It's just, why is there no one here? Lucky star. I would go to the camp, but I feel like that's gonna change some other places. Go to the nearest location, the mine. Ah. Okay. Oh, it needs a key. Oh, to the camp it is. Yeah, so I've cut things down from 4 buffs to 3. One of these buffs is quite nice, in my opinion. There we go. Right, I drew my weapon. Predator has life vision. Detect life. I forgot about that because I didn't see any signatures. Thought it was just night vision. So long as I use it. Yeah. The locations. That cave's probably right alongside the road. The fort's out there. Hi. Have some danger. Oh, hello. Who's shooting me? You're shooting me. Ooh, Spectral Warrior. I think I just sent my dark squeeze ago. Well, this place is clearly filled with undead. Ooh, nice view of the sea. Well, there's nothing much out there. Let's see, there's a ruin out to the west, and I see nothing else on the compass. I mean, I like that there's stuff that you can only access with acrobatics, but they planned very little of it. It really didn't. Seems like no one really accounted for like up turning and acrobatics. Beyond that, it's just getting kind of game breaking territory, completely unplanned. Even though it's totally could in vanilla. Alright, standard procedure. Let's check something audio-wise. Wait, what? Wolves? Wolves? Why wolves? There were liches outside. Why wolves? Yet again. Oblivion has duped me yet again. It's just through the hallway. Probably nothing. But yeah, this spell is so useful in the sewers. It hits so many enemies on the peripheries. This giant ass snowball. See, you just get around the corner. Now, ideally, I'd like to have a house to replace Frostcrag Spire. But given the functionality of the spellmaking and enchanting altars in Frostcrag, it's going to be very hard to find a house that can legitimately replace it. To be precise, I'm looking at a few things. One being the storage options, as in, like, how many chests, cupboards, drawers there are, and where they're all situated in relation to each other. You can get some. Basically, I'm looking to have a more organized and logical way, because words. I'm having a hard time with words today. Chainwell Home has a lot of storage places, enough for me to divide all the items I want into all the subcategories that I want. Except kind of all over the house, and they aren't terribly intuitive. Like, if I want to look for books, I'm going to look for a place that seems like it would be have books. And they're not all like that, even though there's really enough. That's the first thing I'm looking at. Second thing I'm looking at is the teleportation point. Or teleport home. Because Mark and Recall, the first recall point isn't my bedroom in Frostcrag Spire. It is within activation distance of a chest. So as soon as I get over encumbered, I don't have to drop anything, I don't have to cast a feather spell, I don't have to do anything other than just teleport to Frostcrag. And I can dump everything in the chest. I don't need to move. And so that's what's important. Is I did not set at the point. I can only set the points for Mark and Recall. For these other 4 teleport spells, they're all preset. I cannot change where they teleport to. So you get some Daedra. I don't like fighting raids. Alright, thought that was a Gloom Wraith and not just a regular one. Regular ones are easy enough to kill, but Gloom Wraiths are just fuck off, you know? Anywho. Hi. You're a Gloom Wraith, aren't you? Oh, there's a chest right there. Oh, it is. Daedra are way slower than I am. I don't know if that's just how fast I am, or that's how fast I am, because I know I walk faster than people. Foes. There's also a bunch of screenshots I have still, like, not uploaded to Discord. Like, I have like maybe close to a week's worth of screenshots now. Just haven't uploaded yet. And one of them is showing the fact that I now have a mastery in security. Oh no, that's odd. I know exactly why that's happened, but it's a little odd to see it. See, I'm at 100.5 XP. I said all the master trainers that don't need them. Well, I need security. I found security. I do not have the quests for speechcraft or athletics, so rip those, but everything else. I don't know if I can just pop them off a cliff, though. Yeah, so now that I'm at 100, I don't really need to keep the skeleton key on hand. My lockpicks will break, but I have like 400 plus. And at mastery, it makes the minigame easy enough. I don't really need the skeleton key. So then the big deciding factor on whether to use skeleton key or not actually comes down to skeleton band. What I don't want to use it is weakness to magic 10% and weakness to normal weapons 10%. Don't want to have those negative effects. Because without those negative effects, I'm at 120, so I can take off like one item. And I can re-enchant one item and still be immune to magic. Except I have skeleton mag giving me minus 10, so I actually can't. But what is a positive though is the resistance disease 75%. Because that means I have not gotten sick like at all lately. Like so long since I've had any diseases. Though I do know cure disease on self, and I can make cure disease potions. So it's a little moot. Only a little, though. There was that locked door. I feel like this is probably a quest door, but maybe there's a key somewhere that I can find. Checked all the chests. I was tempted to take things like ebony daggers, because then I could use them instead of gold brand. Oh yeah, so Goldbrand is the strongest weapon in the game now. I don't know if the enchantment was boosted by Lame. Probably was. But like, it deals 7 less... Oh, here's a note. Oh, wait, what? Have it take these... Jeez. What? I don't know if that means it's like a... I'm gonna have to save before I read this scroll. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, I love this mod. Oh, I loved it before, but I love it even more now. Oh, that's half the functionality of Frostcrack. On the go. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, man. That's... Oh, if I've managed to find a note that's just... Wait, that's what the note meant. Travin's the Archmage. Ah. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, that's fantastic. If there's a note for spell-making altar... Oh, good God. I mean, I hope there is, but I'll just have to find it somewhere. This is high up. It's not too high up, mind you. Okay. Oh, there's another rune over there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's like a water. Yeah, so I've kind of learned from Frostcrag that I don't really have to fear fall damage. Look at that. It's like fifth of my HP at most. Get on, Trago, lad. That's just... Ah. Cannot tell you how much joy that brings me. No, I can told you. I told you with my laughter. Ah. Ah, the convenience factor of that. I was just thinking about the fact that Morrowind has an enchanting skill that lets you just enchant stuff whenever, wherever. And Skyrim has enchanting skill, but you're confined to an altar. And Oblivion just has an altar with no skill. And there's mods that add the enchanting skill back in there, but now I have enchanting on the go. But I don't really like add an enchanting skill back into the game, it's just I don't know how to interact with Flame really. Flame is pretty fine-tuned, I'd say, and if I add layer stuff on top of it, I don't know how the balance is going to feel. Just tell me I can enter through here. Can't. You know what? Remember there was no north. But what I plan to do... That brute looks a little bit like a zombie. What I plan to do... I mark and recall fourth mark here. Then turn around. And look for that other ruin. There it is. So yeah, I'm gonna like refrain from speed boosts and teleportation for the most part until I master athletics. Which should be like another 25 hours of running. Oh, hi. That was a lot of people. I wasn't quite looking. Seriously, the Master Foe Guard deck has so much resistance than the Novice. Although I must say, I love having a posse of Daedra at my command. Like, I was considering, like... I know I've always been a warrior. I've always used a longsword. And... recently... I've been considering all the skills that I love and what I accidentally love, because normally I hate playing a mage. Just not at all kind of impulsive and tactical stuff that comes with being a very physical kind of class. Can't always necessarily attack when you want to, or be universally effective or anything. Like, you have to either pay attention to elemental weaknesses, you have to pay attention to a resource, or whatever. It takes time. There's always something about mages in games that tend to turn me off, being just a pure magician. And I'd say that's no different with the Elder Scrolls. Usually it's just how weak the spells are. Alright, can't do the Referral here. But when I do dabble in some schools of magic, the Elder Scrolls, one school just stands out far and above. I tend to enjoy it immensely. I never really expect to, and that is Conjuration. Something about Conjuration, the way you can just summon anything and everything under the sun out of thin air, is so innately joyous to me. Just the way I can I can conjure weapons, I can conjure a bow, I can conjure a sword, I can conjure armor, I can conjure minions, I can conjure a lot. That is a locked door, it has to be. Otherwise it would be glitching out here. Oh, there we are. Lock. I'll let those guys handle it. See, they have it. Oh, battle axe, don't have that. I've started collecting all the weapon types of each tier armor. Don't know if I'll keep it in Frostcrag, but for now that's where it is. Yeah, it's just greatly enjoy Conjuration. I also really like Alteration for its support magic. Like, me, when it comes to magics, I am all about utility magics. For my main offense and main defense, where I always have like a swordsman core, and then I just augment it with utility magics. And like Conjuration, Alteration, to just really fit that fantasy. It's just straight up utility spells. Hi. Excuse me while I just summon a posse again. Oh, on top of the switch. Well, excuse me while I just... Oh, they're already pretty dead. Alright. I didn't jump. Yeah, it's just... So I just started considering like what my actual favorite major skills are. I narrowed it down to like what my actual major skills would be if I chose a class that contains everything that I have found myself loving to use. And I actually narrowed down to like 8 or 9 skills. Because I'm debating on whether block is one of them. Because block is something that you just always use, but I don't know if I really enjoy block. There's a vampire here. Or no, it's Conjurers. This is Conjurer place. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, just like considering thinking about all the major skills that I think I personally would put into a class. It would be Conjuration, Alteration, Blade, Heavy Armor. Because if I have to pick between Light Armor, Heavy Armor, and No Armor, I totally pick Heavy Armor. I love to conjure bows and use those as my ranged alternative. Like, I don't actually carry a bow, I just either use destruction magic or just conjure a bow, which gives me at like a bit of a tie between marksman and destruction for a slot. Then there's restoration is kind of iffy because I don't really heal myself, if you might have noticed. Is I just kind of use regen, like restore health, but I also use a lot of buff effects that just fall under restoration, so it would be good school to have. Hard to say. Maybe that switch if possibly touched. Probably that wall there. I tend not to touch switches until I have a somewhat of a grasp on what they actually do. What? Should check the side path first. This place is uninhabited. Oh, it's some kind of treasure chamber. Well, function treasure chamber. Still have a poison gas though. An average lock. That sneak is another big thing for me. And I'm not sneaking now, but normally I use sneak as just my way to initiate. Also way to avoid conflicts, so sneak is a big part of my playstyle. Especially earlier levels. Later levels I tend to kind of shy away from sneak because I don't really need it, but anymore, because I'm powerful enough to just brute force through encounters, but until I hit that point, it really is all about being able to sneak around and make sure I have... Wow, since I've seen this game. Stop running. Yeah, it's like Blade, Conjuration, Alteration, Heavy Armor, and Sneak, which is 5 skills. And that leaves like Block, Restoration, Destruction, and Marksman, which is 4 skills that have to fit into 2 slots. And see where my dilemma lies. Now, I still have fun with acrobatics. I still have fun with athletics. Still like armor. I still like... Honestly, only skills that I think I wouldn't really like is probably hand-to-hand, maybe blunt, because I find it pretty redundant with Blade. Alchemy, I always get the point of alchemy, and I always see the worth in leveling it up, but I never truly enjoy doing alchemy. Illusion, even though I know how powerful the spells are, I never really have that much fun with them. Light armor, because light armor always tends to feel a bit terrible compared to heavy armor, except in the weight category. Want to loot a lot of stuff, then I guess light armor is for me. Medium armor, like a half armor, is pretty good, but otherwise it's heavy armor. Work my way down from heavy, I can't just go straight to light. Mercantile I can probably leave be. I take Mercantile as a minor skill. Security is something that, yes, I use as much, if not more, than Sneak, but because of that, I feel like I shouldn't choose it as a major ever. It'll just get leveled up on its own. Speechcraft would probably leave B, so that's like, what? It's like 7 skills that I would not pick as major. Sorry, 6, because security is really a maybe. 6 out of 21 skills I can eliminate from possibly being major skills for my class. That's a lot of skills that could be for one class. Yeah, I've got an issue with that. Doesn't matter for this character because, well on our way. For like a new character or something. Didn't even have to use the freaking jump spell. I was prepared to. Ah, that's a lot of clothes. I should get you. And then recast light. Okay. Guess this is just the end of the ruin, and we've been through there. Yep. Need to repair, but what about reinvent? Yeah, that'll work. Petties. I can't waste like 75 charge. Rather, I have in the past, I wanted to just get rid of a bunch of petties that I have, but outside of that, I don't want to waste enchantments. Waste charges and souls. Hi. Not over here, that's... I always like expect there to be just more than one shot to kill stuff, and then it just one shots them. Things happen. Now then what?
Well, look who we've got here.
Just kill the conjure and everything's done. Where was I? Right. That's a lot of skills that I actually would want to major in. I guess we can get rid of athletic. I feel like from a gameplay perspective, I feel like athletics is a worthwhile skill to major because that will slow down your leveling process considerably. But if we're just choosing by skills that I enjoy to level, enjoy to use as major skills, then I would definitely omit athletics. I still think athletics is a good skill to have because it functions as a reward for people who don't use fast travel and don't teleport and just run around places. So it's not just dead filler time, you're actually gaining XP towards a skill. That's why I don't like that I get away with it in Skyrim. But that's that. Armor, I definitely see the need to keep your gear in tip-top shape. I would just about I really should pick this as a major skill, but that's like 5 for the last 2 slots. Blunt, as always, I mentioned, I feel that's redundant with Blade. Uh, Actually, Blade versus Blunt is kind of like DPS versus Stag. Yeah, Blunt's probably better. I hate to admit it, but Blunt's probably better than Blade. Ah. Oh, hello. This trap has never killed anything lately. Like, yeah, a lot of stuff falls for the trap, but I never really see it kill anybody. Like, they kind of tend to come down unscathed. I think they have, like, hit the spikes up top and not just... There's a lot of gaps in the spikes. Start healing themselves. It's a mess of a trap. Okay, acrobatics, that's like a fun skill to have leveled, but not too much of a fun skill to actually level. Like, jumping everywhere is... Bunny hopping is for real habit you have to, like, already have. I personally had to develop it. I don't have it, like, naturally ingrained in me to bunny hop. Now that I have acrobatics leveled, I am loving it. Jump height and jump control is amazing. Dodge, it has some uses. I still find it's buggy. Dodge is buggy. For example, if you look down too far, you can't dodge. And apparently, like, after you get blocks done, you can't dodge either for a certain period of time, so you can't really block and then roll out of the way. Also, you can't apparently do it after attacking. If it hits or something, it's like weird. Or like you can't always do it when you want to in combat, but out of combat it's responsive. Alright, you just... That was fast. That's your Fort Danger for you, I guess. If anybody hears the combat music, exactly. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Again, why I love Conjuration. Yeah, my two favorite spells are Summon the Daedric Posse and Summon the Foe. Come on, man. Conjuration has to be a major skill for me. Alterations, very great utility spells, as I mentioned, so that's good. Restoration feels necessary, honestly. Like, I don't think I particularly enjoy healing. Like, I never really specialize in healing. I like having regen, and to get regen, I need to specialize in healing to an extent, but I never quite like just healing in of itself. But if the healing tree includes buffs, like it does in Oblivion, then yeah, I'll take it. Maybe, actually. Oh, I went on. I've been here before. I think this is the beginning. Needs a key. There you go. I've already... Oh, there it is. Everything got scattered by the fight with the Daedra. There we go. Right, backed up here. Now we take all the clothes. And just double check all the empty coffers. And there we go. Yeah, I'm not... I have a really hard time trying to pick stuff. Would have Conjuration, Blade, Sneak? I definitely want Sneak. Like, my playstyle requires Sneak. Like, not at high levels, but like low to mid levels, I am all about just sneaking everywhere. You see me when I like... I'm running around now because athletics training, but you see me sometimes, I just crouch and I just slit throats. Because why wouldn't I? And same with just freaking summoning 4 Daedra to my side in a bow. Why wouldn't I just want to conjure everything I need out of thin air? Definitely Sneak, definitely Blade, definitely Heavy Armor. It's 3. Conjuration, Alteration makes 5. Armor would make 6, which feels... That's like... Then we still have to deal with like Marksman versus Destruction versus Restoration. Versus Block. I guess we can drop Block. Have to admit, I'm not a big fan of Block. I mean, it's one of those skills like Athletics, I just always train it, but... I'm much more a fan of Evasion. More specifically, footsies. I love footsies. You see me backstepping stuff, mostly backstepping in Oblivion, because sidestepping's of much less use in an Elder Scrolls game. I really do prefer sidestepping, if you can. But backstepping works too. Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's just like... You might think, well, why not just do light armor or no armor, because then you move faster and the footsie's better, but heavy armor is a specific aesthetic and protection, and I go for... It may seem contradictory to choose heavy armor as well as sneak and evasion, but when it all comes together, you have max armor, max evasion, max stealth. It's just... Alright. Wait, what? Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? This is an enemy type I do not remember at all. At all. What the hell? Good God, what was that lightning from? That was really loud lightning. Alright. Stop throwing. Okay. Memory fails me here. I don't remember this place at all. I don't remember there being any place you could fight Aurorans before starting the whole DLC. So, we've got another mystery. This probably controls the stairs. Probably. Or this lattice, either one. I don't quite see a switch on the other side. I'll have to check. Oh, I can always jump up there if it like closes off. Preventing the switch from moving. Alright, so it probably is nice in the 9 place. Oh, that roaring was really, beefy, I'd say. I think he had, like, spell absorption and high armor as well. That was... like, you take blows, I suppose, what you could say. Yeah, back to the major skills. Those 2 slots, kind of like debating, if I don't choose armor, then I can't quite self-maintain gear, and that... well, it's not ultimately an impediment, but assuming you can only really choose your major skills, just... so hard. It's so hard to just not maintain gear. I'm a warrior smith at heart. That's how I always kind of turn out in games. Fucking warrior smith with magic. Just conjure up a hammer and a forge. Hello? Yep, it's a boar. Okay, I think I'm gonna head over to... oh, we are way far away from Sanguine Shrine. There. Oh, there was the... right, anvil. And the cave by anvil. Hello? Oh, there. Cave. Hello. Exploring some more places. Getting some... that's a highway, right? That's a highway. Not too much yet, just done some engineering so far on stream. That and deliberating a new custom class based on what I've learned about my skill preferences. Because I would never expected it, because I normally hate playing mages because it's always some kind of tedious in some ways, either long cast times or limited resources. There's not much damage. For some reason, but despite all that, Conjuration just clicks with me. I love Conjuration in these games. Where's the entrance to this cave? I've been running past it twice already. Right, every factored buff, so I'm down from 4 buffs to 3. Just as effective as before. Cut out Fortify Fatigue. Hello? Yeah, like myself, that's kind of how I was. I mentioned before that my first class was a warrior, and I've always just done warriors since. Really a warrior smith specifically. I use a longsword, and I try to forge all my stuff myself, heavy armor and all that. But one playthrough, I just decided to kind of like change things up in Skyrim and just like start with conjuration, a skill that I kind of never thought I'd use, and it just really, really clicked with me. Because you're just making your weapons poof out of thin air, and I think there's something innately satisfying out of just conjuring the bow that you're not carrying out of thin air. Like, I don't need to carry a bow and arrow around. I just poof it into existence whenever I want it. And on top of that, it's just you're not alone. You just summon a party to you at your beck and call. Like, this just appeals to me on a level I did not expect. No enemies. This is very strange. I mean, this is like the second... This is honestly the third surprise I've had this stream. I've only been up for like 20 minutes. So I've already found an estate with absolutely nobody on it except for the owners. It had like 3 slave houses and no slaves whatsoever. There was the Alien Ruin, which had Aurorans in it. I don't know why it had Aurorans. And now there's this cave with nothing inside. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, in vanilla, the bound weapons tend to be around mid-tier quality, so when you get to the point where you have Daedric, that's usually far better than what you can get from bound. But with lame here, let me just put in perspective. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this bound bow is either Daedric or Ebony quality. And since I can, even if it's Daedric, I can just repair it to 125, but I can't really do that in combat, so this will always be worse than a Daedric bow. But it's pretty close. The thing to point out, though, about this is that... Where was it? Oh, I thought this was the heavy armor. Is that there's these melee weapons I can conjure that like twice as damaging as everything else in the game. Umbra is 66 and this is 94. Like, it's probably better if I just carry a bow and then conjure all the melee weapons, but I'm a swordsman at heart as well, so I gotta carry the sword. What do you get for this cave? It's pretty small. And no one inside. Oh, I got to reapply a buff. Speaking of zero weight... Oh boy! I tend not to look up that often. Not really yet. I think there's one fork I didn't quite... This one, right? Yeah, I thought that. It's just, there's Conjuration that's just innately satisfying to me. There's Alteration, which has a lot of utility spells, just like Feather, Shield. I don't particularly need Shield because of the heavy armor, but like Feather, light spells in Skyrim. Here there's Water Breathing. It's mostly feather. It just makes it really attractive. Beyond that, for schools of magic, there's restoration and destruction. Illusion, I'm not that fond of. I get how powerful it is, but it doesn't quite appeal to me.
If you see my good-for-nothing husband, Yalfi, tell him I want back what he stole from me.
About that...
Goddess, you have rock shatter already? And what's become of Yalfi?
I killed him.
He was a good man when I married him, but greed took a hold of his heart. While I'm not happy he's dead, I'm glad he's at peace. Well, I'm just glad that it's all over and rock shatter is back where
And I
it
wish I
belongs,
soul trapped him.
in my family. I feel I owe you something for your efforts. Yes. I feel it only appropriate that you have my dowry. I would consider it an honor.
Oh, that's a decent amount of gold. Still a drop in the bucket, but whatever. As I was saying... Right.
May the goddess watch you.
Illusion, just... I get how strong the spells are, but they don't quite appeal to me. Like, I don't think I'd really remember to use those or like them. But since I'm a swordsman, I want to do things directly myself, and Illusion's about fighting indirectly by using others. Destruction is just... gives me ranged attacks, elemental attacks, and AoE attacks, so just complements my swordsman moveset. Then restoration is similar deal, it gives me healing, so I don't have to use potions or regen. Well, in Skyrim as regen, here I have to use restoration or potions, or it's nothing. So that's like 4 schools of magic. Mysticism is... I think mysticism, like, as it exists in vanilla Oblivion, isn't that attractive, I'd say, but now with a mod, it's really kind of fun and very highly useful, because I get... Yeah, you do get, like, the base reflect damage and reflect spell stuff that comes with vanilla, but I have teleportation spells now. I have freaking push-pulls. I have force push and force pull spells that are also AoE. Like, I can use mysticism to look at the exact statistics of my targets. All of their stats. It's just... it's really useful now. Yeah, I saw on the compass, so of course, quest journal, I will go for it. So I know if I had to make a custom class again with just skills that I enjoy using, or know I really want in a class, you know, I choose Blade, Heavy Armor, Conjuration, and Alteration. And that's 5 out of 7 skills, and there's like 4 more skills that I'd pick. And I just can't quite decide what would fit the last 2 slots. There's Armor, Restoration, Destruction, and Marksman. Alright, I forgot. I'd also choose Sneak as a major skill. That makes 5, not 4. Because Marksman, if I don't have that, then how would I... what's the point of conjuring a bow if I'm not good with the bow? At the same time, Destruction and Marksman really... they don't quite overlap, but they're similar. They're both usually used at range for me. It's just Destruction I use specifically for area of effect attacks, while Marksman is pinpoint and stealth. I shouldn't do that. Whatever. Alright. Other places to go? Probably should have been another door somewhere. Local map time. Ah. Was, and I just completely ignored it. Run free, my Daedra. Run free. Who bounces? Oh, you're a one. Beefy skeleton. Where is yours? Oh well. I'll just run him out. Run away! Come on, guys, do your pathing. Here you go. Yeah, like, I don't really even need to fight with Conjuration. Ow. Ow. Needs paralysis. Whatever, still taking the damage over time. That's one skeleton down. Alright then. Timed out. Now what do they have? Seem to have some bad pathing right here. Yeah, they seem to get easily stuck in this cave. Alright. There they go. I know. Yeah, it's kind of a tough sell, because if I don't choose Restoration, then I don't really have a healing method. And that kind of bothers me. And if I don't choose Armor, then I can't really maintain my gear. That bothers me. If I don't choose Marksman, then I can't be a Sniper. That bothers me. And if I don't choose Destruction, I mean, that would bother me the least to not have Destruction. That just means that I need to rely on enchantments for elemental damage. Kind of fine by me. Just conjure up allies, fight groups. I narrowed it down to 3. I mean, if I got rid of Sneak, then I guess I can fit in, like... yeah, it is pretty tough. I'm not gonna go no armor skills, though. This custom class had no armor skills as major, and it was horrible until like level 20. And I finally got my armor skills up. Like, getting 3-shot by a mountain lion is not fun. It is a thrill to have to constantly make sure you never get hit at all. You don't want every fight to be that. Sorry, you fell. Hey, just how strong are these cutlasses? Twos. That's quite far behind. Now, okay. Well, I can sit on this new custom class for a while, because I guess we're maybe like halfway through this playthrough. Because we've got like a lot of Cyrodiil's map explored. But beyond that, there's still the Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles. Oh, it's just here. Hello? Any more skeleton crew left? Here to give you your eviction notice. So acrobatic is really fun to have leveled, but it's not too fun to level. Here you are. Oh, no paralysis. Well, it won't be too long as soon as I find her. Finances are not a problem. Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever properly outfitted the place. Like, back when I played this on console, I know I got Battlehorn Castle, I know I got Frostcrag Spire, and I ended up using Frostcrag more than Battlehorn because of the spellmaking and enchanting elders are there. I've heard of the underground passage in Battlehorn Castle, but I've never actually been there. And I think that was it for the DLC houses, because I did Knights of the Nine and like half of Shivering Isles. Like, I did surprisingly little amount of the main content in the game for playing for 1,000 hours.
Heinrich Okenhull, Captain and Shipmaster. My ship is in for refitting, so I'm high and dry for a while.
Like, I only did the main quest, the Fighters Guild. I started the Mages Guild, Knights of the Nine, half of Shivering Isles. I outfitted Battlehorn Castle, and I outfitted Frostcrag Spire. And I just spent, like, the rest of those 1,000 hours just exploring the Great Forest, or otherwise known as the western half of Cyrodiil.
Anvil wouldn't be my choice for a refit. No proper yard, neither spars nor scantlings in good supply. But it's ill luck to complain. Quillweave does a lot of traveling to research her books. She must have a lot of experience to share. Oh, we'll see. Oh, where'd you get that? I wish I could say that. What? You can't scare me. Oh, don't. Remarkable. Don't wait. What a great... That's great! How's it go again? Really? You're... Oh, don't try to manipulate me. I don't... Oh, where'd you get that?
They've both certainly
That's
seen
good.
a lot more guild content than I have.
What? I wish I... That... Oh, that's great. That's really
I think I
too
only
much.
ever got into the Arcane University once, and I only like visited the Spell Altar and just went, this is more inconvenient than just going to Frostcrag Spire, and I don't think I pursued the Mage's Guild further. Fighter's Guild, I always go to Grandmaster, though.
Oh, don't... That's just talk.
Again with this?
I don't talk set. What a... You can't... That's great!
I don't think it set up.
What? I wish I could say it. That works for me. Take care.
Greetings to you.
This playthrough, I'm an associate of the Fighters Guild, but I have to actually start it. I haven't gotten the first contract yet, so I'm really just pursuing the Mages Guild right now. Like, I'll do the Mages Guild. I'm not sure what I'll do after the Mages Guild. But I'll probably do another guild, and then once I've got all 4 guilds done, then I'll do the main quest, I guess. Or, like, seriously pursue the main quest anyways. It's early. Yeah, it's early morning. No one's up. Just look for some treasure somewhere. Check the inn. There's usually people awake at the inn this hour. Or maybe the inn's tend to be 24-hour. This is... arms. Can't tell what kind of shop this is. Where's the inn? Oh, yeah, on the dock, isn't it? Alright. And this is... Oh, actually, I do need some wine specifically for a trainer.
Good to see you. Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Mainlord. My twin's name is Canelord. How to tell us apart? I'm in brown, he's in blue. Simple, really. I would gladly... Please, go on. I can't argue with that. Yeah, right. What? You win this one. That's not bad. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
I mean, go ahead. It's going to take you a few hundred hours, I'd wager. Unless you really exploit the heck out of spells.
I would... And...
I haven't played in a while.
A
It's
pleasure
like I
to
have,
serve
and it's a whole new game.
Good day.
Fortunately, no wine.
Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Canelord, the one in blue. My twin, Mainlord, is the brown one.
Well, there's also mods, because I plan to, after I finish this playthrough, to do a Mascar's Oblivion Overhaul playthrough. And have recently decided to also turn it into a heavily modded playthrough by adding in other new lands, new quest mods and such. This one's going to stay lightly modded, but next one should be a whole new game. It's still technically Oblivion. Whenever that happens, it might be like definitely next year. I can't imagine this getting completed this year.
Really? That you should be ashamed. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You what a I doubt it. You hear about Gogin? A gang of thieves is running a scam in town, and he fell for it. What an idiot. Best shops in Anvil? Norbert Lels handles rare books, exotic ingredients, and gems. And they have fine weapons at Morvane's Peacemakers. An all-female gang of thieves has been recently plaguing Anvil with a very unique method of robbing. They pick on only the men. If you want to help us do something about it, go talk to Gogin in Malona. Let's just say Gogin is intimately involved, and leave it at that.
You already just laughed in my face about him getting duped by them. I don't know why you want to be discreet about it at this point. Probably already... Oh, actually there's some durability damage there. How the heck are you supposed to pronounce that? Can't believe it's not trespassing.
Well met.
Oh, hello.
Let's do business.
It's not the usual thing. I was not expecting dialogue. Expecting a merchant interface.
Pleasure doing business with you. Let's do business. Pleasure. Let's do. Let's do. Let's. Tell me more.
Already maxed.
Take care.
Alright. Guess we can go sleep in the pirate ship tonight. Or this... yeah. Only for like a couple hours, I'd say. It's Fred House. The court should be in. Gotta go ask about the house in town. Oh, it's most certainly better lit.
A pleasure to see you. Good day. Goodbye. Go ahead, please. Of course.
Well, they're fast. They're real fast.
Hello.
There you are.
It's my pleasure. Please continue. Be seeing you.
Oh, I don't know if this will replace Frostcrack's Spire, but worth exploring. That's a lot of lockpicks. But it's in the home. I tend to leave items that are placed inside a home alone, because they're placed there to look nice. Otherwise I'd loot them. Yeah, I hear you, because there is the whole... Yeah, there's the whole... the Abakine Sea. And then there's also the Niben Bay, which... I mean, this version of Tamriel is scaled down, but from all the NPC dialogue and books, this is actually like a full-blown sea. If it were like actually upscaled to how large it truly is. Because like there's actual like should be cargo ships going through this river, which we can swim across in like 10 minutes in game time, because of how scaled down it all is. Yeah, there's plenty of water for it. It's just coming up with like the code to write up some actual ship-based content would be pretty difficult. Probably the biggest barrier to true pirate content. Alright. Some journals to read, I'd see. I'm so tempted to just take that lockpick. It's only one, right? After Smuggler's key. Take that, I guess. Same number of storage chests in the bedroom as there is in Frostcrag. And there's no spell making altar. But there is enchanting altar. I love the fact that this spell exists. If only there has to be a spell making spell out there somewhere. Well, from what I've heard, the very first Elder Scrolls game, which I think was subtitled Arena, actually has the entirety of Tamriel in-game. It might be procedurally generated, but you have all of Tamriel, and from one guy in high school I knew that played it, he said it took him 2 weeks real time to cross from one edge of the Tamriel to the other. So if you want a game with all of Tamriel in it, that's probably the game to look at, although it probably has a lot of archaic and hostile design choices at this point. Yeah. What I'm looking forward to with Test 6, I'm expecting it to be in one province. That's kind of been their whole, the whole shtick for a while now. keep it isolated, but I'm hoping that the engine will be better, that it can support mods to expand the rest of Tamriel, because there's the whole Beyond Skyrim project that tries to recreate all of Tamriel as it exists in the lore at that exact year 5E201. And if I ever do get back into Skyrim modding, I will be looking into that project again, but I remember reading about some of the development issues they have. Like, one of the reasons Skyrim is as large as it is that if you go, I think, about one province out from the actual edge of Skyrim's map, the physics get incredibly broken. Like, if for some reason, if you go too far out from the center of the map, the physics engine just breaks. So, it's not even like an overflow error. It's, or maybe it is, but either way, they had to like deal with that in order to expand past a certain point. So I'm hoping that Test 6's engine can handle that. That'll make expansions a lot easier. Oh, and to read these journals. 3E286 or thereabouts. Find it unlikely that anyone will be found in this journal, but if they do, know that here be written the last words of the great Captain Toradan and Aptugal, Scourge of the Abakean Sea, Terror of the Gold Coast, Cutthroat of Hunting Bay, and Lord Captain of the Red Saber, finest band of buccaneers and pirates ever to sail Tamriel. Yeah, I mean, from the way I understand it, instead of licensing an engine like Unreal or Unity to build their games, they initially bought an engine outright. So, like, at the time, I think it was a little dated, but not too dated. Like, I think what they did was kind of like the equivalent of buying I guess, like, a 1070 right now for your graphics card. It's like, it's not exactly top of the line, but it's close enough. And then what they did from there is they're just developing the engine in-house and expanding on it in-house instead of licensing out a new engine, which is, yeah, trying to split dev time between developing an engine and developing a game at the same time is obviously led to some half-baked systems in their games. From a little press I've heard for about Test 6, it seems they're putting a pretty huge push towards developing the engine this time around, so I don't know what kind of impact I'll have on my content, but hopefully it means less bugs. Anyway, back to the journal. I ain't a man with much use for words, I ain't never been to no academies, and I ain't never wrote no books, words ain't never earned me no gold, so they's worthless to me. That's why you have quartermasters and first mates. I'm going to be setting my last thoughts down here on paper, so I ain't got much time left here, and it's every old man's right to have his words heard. Now, my business was fighting, sailing, and looting. I became a leader of sailing men, most feared in history, so they tells me. Now, before you be getting ahead of yourself, let me be warning ye that my tale does not end well, as I'm sure you can see from wherever you find me rotten bones in this god's cursed cavern. I was born in a little town on the north coast of Skyrim, called Dunbarrow. My mother was a wench, my father was a right bastard. The only thing that either of them ever did for me was doing me the favour of selling me off to a sea captain when I was 9. That captain, he taught me everything I'd ever need to know about sailing, and a few things about the rest, too. You see, he was a smuggler, and he taught me all about smuggling and avoiding the Imperial Navy, as I ran the schooner out from Daggerfall to Vivek. Came, he was caught and hung. He was as close to a daddy as this old pirate ever knew. Closer than that bastard what sold me off ever were, that's for sure. Yeah, at this point I don't quite know why they're sticking to their own engine, but they are. And I don't think we could ever see them switch at this point unless they go to Test 7 or they delay it, Test 6 for like another decade. Because I know from countless dev stories that trying to switch engines mid-game, or switching to an engine you're uncomfortable with, is just a absolute train wreck waiting to happen. Just look at all the recent EA games where EA forced all their devs, except for Respawn, to switch over to Frostbite. You can see all the recent games from like BioWare and other studios turn out pretty horrible because they're fighting the engine. They have to develop tools for it, except for Respawn because they're using their engine they're already used to. Yeah, there is that, the large cuts that you get, like surprisingly large cuts at a profit. But it could also just be that maybe their custom engine just has tools no other engine has. Who knows? Because an engine, it's... When you hear that word, or at least when I hear it, I tend to think of a car engine where it's just a whole part and you put it in and it makes the whole thing run. But an engine in coding terms isn't that. It's more like a toolkit. We call it an engine, but it's really a toolkit, and they're just a bunch of tools you can use from it, a bunch of tools that... So having a good engine just means it has a lot of really good versatile tools that if you need a wrench with 5.5-inch radius, it's there. So building your own engine, making your own toolkit's a hard thing to do without any tools, but if you do it, you have all the tools that you specifically need. Plus, you don't have to, you know, buy the license for an engine, but then again, it takes a lot of man hours to make a good engine. After the captain was hung, I got around Hammerfell a lot, filling with a few crews here and there, and after a time got myself hired on as a midshipman on Captain Calidas's rig. Of course, Calidas was a drunkard, and the damn fool ran his own ship aground in Anvil before we get any real pirating done. So embarrassed was he that he drank himself to death in one of the piss-hole taverns in this flat little seawater town. So there we were, in a backwater port, when the war against the usurper broke out. I were out and high with his rickety tub and her worthless rod of a captain when the Imperial Navy stole every pirate ship in port to go and fight their war. We was coming back into dock when we heard about it. Now, only a fool doesn't bite when he smells blood in the water, and that captain of ours was going to hand his rudder over to the Navy. The rest of us, well, we didn't so much like that. We cut his throat and tossed his worthless carcass to the depths for Hermas Mora to feast on. The rest of us put keel to this mud hole and broke for the nearest cove to lay low for a while. Now, the thing that I learned about war is that it's profitable for just about everyone except for the poor bastards that actually have to go and fight it. While the Navy were busy putting down the revolution, they were too busy to worry about a bunch of pirates running up and down the Gold Coast. And even better for us, the Navy was needing a stream of supplies up in High Rock to fight, and didn't have the ships to escort them. In case you don't be knowing, cargo vessels without an escort is a pirate's best friend. In just a couple of years, I had every buccaneer from here to Valenwood flying under my flag. We had dozens of ships and crew, and more men joined on every day. Soldiers and sailors, cast-offs from the war, escaped prisoners. They were the best cutthroats and sons of whores that a pirate captain could have ever wished for. It brings a tear to me eye to think of them all. Even better than the men were the ships, captured navy cutters, refitted privateer galleons. Even had a few of them Bosma ships with the funny living sails in my fleet. Finest ship I saved for myself, the Black Flag. You'll find her rotting hull around here. She don't look like much now, but I can tell you that in her day, there weren't no vessel she couldn't outrun. All these men and ships, we called ourselves the Red Saber. Merchant ships called us Death on the Seas. We got to be so feared that most crews just abandoned ship when they seen our flag on the horizon. With no navy to stop us, Captain Torridin Aptugal and the Red Saber was known all over the East. Now, I ain't one to brag, but the Empire had a bounty on me of 40,000 coins, and that's something to be proud of. Of course, the poor bastards couldn't never collect on it, and for being the wretched den that it is, most sailors there worked for me anyhow. The Legion couldn't never get no one to give me up. I wish those days could have lasted forever, but you know how it is, friend. Ain't nothing good can ever last. I ain't got much time left, sure. We had plenty of food down here. It lasted for years, but all this time in the wet and the dark, I got something nasty growing in me. What a terrible way to die. Not on the end of an enemy's cutlass, but because of some damn sickness. No seafaring man should die like this. At least I can still hear the water. I was telling the story of how I got mine, weren't I? I cursed the day that the Cameron usurper died and that war ended, as it was that day that Commodore Facil Umbranox turned his attention to the Red Saber. A couple of months after the war, that fat, pompous bastard decided to come down here to Anvil, take up port in my town, looking to break up the Red Saber. The Emperor gave me whatever he asked for to campaign again in us, despite the coffers being empty from the war in High Rock. When Umbranox didn't get what he needed from my men in Anvil, he set out looking all over the Abakean Sea for the Black Flag. There are hundreds of islands in the Abakean, and he landed a crew on each one. He rooted out my men when he could find them, among those who weren't willing to go peacefully, and jailed those who lay down arms. No matter for many ships and men it cost him, he kept coming with more and more. We could never get ahead of him, and we couldn't never mount a counterattack. It took him 4 years and a hell of a lot of ships, but that sea rat finally tracked me down. It were my own fault, anyway. If I never made the mistake I made, he'd have died before he found me. But a man has to stand up for his mistakes, no matter if it cost him. Besides, ain't like I'll be fooling ye, since you're likely staring at me bones as you're reading this. Umbranox had his main force out of port following the lead that I planted. Set sail back to Anvil, hoping to catch him off guard. Capture the boats he left behind, and fight him with his own ships in Anvil Bay. Ha! Can you imagine the look on his pig's face if it worked? I thought I'd finally get at the horse on to show his face in a proper fight. I should have known, but he had men waiting there for me. We fought like hell, but we were trapped in the bay. Navy men set the town on fire to keep us from fleeing onto land. Sure, the fine citizens of Syria didn't weep for the torture of a town of thieves. The main force of Imperial dogs held us until Umbranox showed up in his flagship. Umbranox fought me to the last ship, and in the end, the bay was filled with sunken and burning boats. If I weren't fighting for my life, I probably thought it were beautiful. So, Black Flag and Umbranox rickety tub were the only ones that were still floating and fighting when dawn come. So, I did what any pirate with sense would do. I tried to run. Now understand, I'm a right bastard in my own way. A pirate, a murderer, a thief, and I certainly ain't never believed in a fair fight. There's a line and an unspoken code between sailing men, and Umbranox went too far. He had mages on his ship. Mages ain't never been allowed on my boats. They're no good, bad luck. I don't trust them. Turns out I was right. I cut across the south side of the bay, along the huge cliff wall that used to be there. I had me helmsman stay as close as he could to the cursed cliff. I could hear those mages from the deck of Umbranox's ship yelling some nonsense into the wind. A few rocks fell onto my deck, a few more, and the whole bloody cliff came crashing down on top of me. Now, don't you worry, I didn't die just then. The cliff collapsed around the ship, making this damned cavern. Better that it just fell on us, but no, it sealed the Black Flag, her crew, and me under tons of rock. We were buggered. Thank you. I'm glad you came to watch. Good chat. See you later, and you can watch the VOD on YouTube. As if you want to. I know I tend to play for a long time. I've seen my own blood more times than I could ever count. Seeing the ragged mess that just come up out of me lungs just now is the only time I ever been afraid of it. Guess I should be getting to the last bit of my story. Me and my crew were trapped down here, never to see the light again or some rot. We tried digging out, we tried blasting out, we tried calling to the Nines and the Daedric Princes for help. Nothing worked. Some of the men went crazy when we figured out that there were no getting out. Most of us just accepted what fate had dealt us. We made the Hulko Black Flag into the best home that we could, and tried making a life of it down here. We had plenty of stores with us, and since most of the crew were killed in the fight, it was more than enough to go around. I will tell you, though, that you ain't known suffering until you ate nothing but hard rations for 20-some years. All the pain I ever caused anyone has been paid back to me tenfold, and having to eat the same filth every day for the whole time I've been down here. Then Grim died off. Grim was the first, and one by one, the boys have been dropping. Up and off. They all got the same sickness I ended up with. We buried them where we could. threw him in the water when we didn't have strength to bury him. Finally, we just made him walk to the far side of the cavern a couple of days before the sickness ran its course. I'm the last, and I suppose that makes sense. The great Captain Dougal, defeated by Vassal Umbranox and buried alive forever. I wonder what became of Anvil. Probably let it burn and swept the ashes into the sea. Umbranox probably went back to the Imperial City to pat himself on the back and be rewarded with lands and titles. Like I said, way back in the beginning, I don't expect nobody to ever read this, but if by chance someone does, let's find my carcass down here in this pit. Do an old seaman a favor. Track down whatever descendants that fat old sack Umbranox may have, and tell him that Horadan Ap Dougal says hello. It would be so awesome if that kickstarted a quest, but I don't think it will. What's the spell at? Oh, it's enchantment. Okay. I'll have the same icon. There's no real way to change that. You can change what icon it shows, but it's not going to be like this, where it's individual icons. They'll all have the same regardless. I think, yeah, it's daytime. I didn't even need to sleep.
You look like a wreck.
Thank you.
What do you want?
A stranger.
Take your time.
Interesting. Oh, right, castle. Castle.
I'm listening.
Now then, how's my bounty? Still 0. Okay. I can safely talk to guards. They don't really come at me until my bounty is like at, I guess, 400 or something. I don't know what. If I have a small bounty, they don't even bother to cost me unless I talk to them. Talk to the steward first.
I'm Darahil, steward of Castle Anvil. We do things differently in Anvil, and the difference shows in the comfort and trust of its people.
I mean, Anvil seems like the docks are kind of slummy, and Main City doesn't seem too lavish, but I do really get the comfy vibes from here. This isn't like Referral, although you can draw some small parallels.
The Countess deserves all the credit. I do things my way indeed, but she gives me the authority and support. I've never read any of Quillweave's writings. I've heard they're fairly good, though.
I need to start looking into this Quillweave person.
Goodbye.
How are you? I am Milona Umbranox, Countess of Anvil. I hope you enjoy your visit. I trust you will give us no cause to regret our hospitality to strangers.
And I just got a dying man's last wish to kill Umbranox's descendant, and here we are. Personally, I don't quite think I'll go through with it unless I legit have a reason to, but... the guy's dead. I don't have to follow his wish. And I'm generally a law-abiding citizen. Oh my god. What the fuck are the chances?
You can best know Anvil by walking its streets and speaking with its people. My favorite time is the harbor at sunset. the sun and sea to the west. There's been trouble with smugglers and Khajiit bandits in the Trans-Nibbon, but Marius Caro is taking steps to deal with the problem. Goodbye.
How are you today? Anytime now. Let's hear it.
Alright, I don't have the buy house option. Stuff, whatever. Well, I could just try entering the mansion. It's probably locked, but I'll try, I guess.
I'm Newheim, Anvil Harbor Master. I'm responsible for all harbor traffic, docks, duties, and fees in Anvil Harbor. Traffic through Anvil Harbor comes mostly in exotic, high-profit goods, easy to transport by road or Mages Guild couriers to eastern markets. All right. I don't... That's pretty far-fetched. That's pretty... Don't... Yeah, I get it. I accept. Then, don't try to manipulate me. I accept. I have... I doubt it. What nonsense. That works for me. BC, how are you?
There's an air of mysticism.
I'm straight. What is up with this place? The Count's Arms. This has to be a weapon shop by the name.
How are you? Shishani, the old sea captain and rover. Now a ship owner and fat cat. Pleased to meet you. Go ahead. It's good. That's great. Oh,
So you say.
Thank. That's pretty far-fetched. It's good. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. Take some advice. Go down to the sea, stand a while, watch the sun rise and set. Think on the distant lands across the water.
Alright.
Farewell.
Well met.
I'm Wilbur, owner and proprietor of the Count's Arms. We make beds and food available to guests. Can I help you?
So you are the inn. Why the heck don't you have an inn symbol on your sign?
I would glad... Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's some... Cura... And... I would... You bought... You're a fine negotiator. Tell your friends about me. Buildings here look different. Why? This is the Gold Coast style. Like in Hammerfell. Eastern towns look gray and dull to me.
Fair enough.
Something about Arvina Thelis is a bit odd. I've heard she keeps strange things in her basement. Good day.
Over encumbered? Why am I over encumbered? Oh. Oh my. I have some teleporting to do.
What is it now?
What have you been?
I should take the weapon and cut the spec. Those are going to be stored in the downstairs chest. Oh, these battle axes. I don't care that they're already enchanted. already a decent amount. Freed up space. No, I think those will go downstairs. I don't store unenchanted gear up here. Unless it's unique. Alright, that looks like everything. Yep. Has to be the bulk of the weight in my inventory. Oh my god, it's not. It is. Oh, it's weapons, isn't it? Has to be the one. Yep, it was weapons. What's up with the locked room now? Oh, this book. I remember reading this one. This was a pretty good one. But I will have a designated reading day later. I have a lot of books to read. Now we go to my Shaden Hall home. Does this almost meet the requirements to replace Frostcrack? That's in range. Kind of buggy, but in range. Has more storage facilities. Frostcrack. Primary issue is like there aren't enough nearby storage containers that kind of make sense for all the stuff I'd want to store. For all the subcategories. I forgot to put away Vulcan Stones. Back to Frostcrack. Alright, that seems decent enough. Was... Right, yeah, keys go in here with notes. I'll keep the smuggler's key because I don't know what that unlocks yet. That's not what goes in there. It goes in here. Arb. Encumbrance yet again. It's just under 50. Charge. Translate to that and the. There we go. Charge. So now we'll do mage skill teleport and build.
You look skilled in alteration. Maybe you can teach me something.
How are you?
Hi there.
Not bad.
Take care.
Hello, I am Velwyn Benaris. If you're in the market, I'm selling a manor house right now for a very good price.
You are?
Tell me more.
That's my line.
Yes, I'm selling my grandfather's house, Benaris Manor. If you're interested, I could let you have it for a modest sum. I have to sell it soon, as I have pressing matters elsewhere. You're welcome to take a look at it. It is located across the street from the chapel. Once you buy, you get the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. That's the deal. Would you like to buy it now?
Yes, here's 5,000 gold.
Here's the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. I hope you enjoy your new home. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to those pressing matters I spoke of earlier. Good day.
Yes?
Hello.
Didier Ormely, a ship's clerk. At present, I'm spending my time and gold on the pleasures of the Gold Coast. I'm listening. No. Blah, blah, blah. What a bore. Was that? I accept. Blah. Yeah, I get it. You're full of it. That's it. I accept. Yeah, I get it. Many of Anvil's folk are directly or indirectly associated with ships and sailing. Sailors, ship owners, men made rich and poor by the sea trade, and the lonely wives of men who follow the sea. I swear that when I passed by Benaris Manor last night, I heard someone scream from inside. Velwyn Benaris will never sell that death trap.
Just sold it to me.
Farewell.
I'm collecting property. There was a scream inside. It's time to go check it out. The frames are a little down, so let's save for safety's sake.
A coin. You look like you've swung a mace.
I'm straight. I've swung a maze or two in my time. Where's the way that doesn't require jumping? Oh, so $3.99. I was looking for this. I just need more of the vintage I need for $3.99. Yep. This looks like there's just void outside. I know there's a mod that actually adds switch to the town, but it apparently absolutely tanks your FPS most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. How? Where is the way up? Here it is. Make it $3.99. I think I already have that. Ew. Put that back. I think before I furnish the place, I'll just remove all of that. There's the basement. Floor. And this place, depending on where the teleport point is, this could serve as my new base. Without any of the upgrades, this could. With the upgrades, it may not. It depends. is lost, my gain. Torch. Food. Oh. Doubt there's any high class wines here. There's some pretty decent ones. It's really into Mika. I'm looking for $3.99. I doubt there's any like specific gear ones in here. This basement goes down further than I thought. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's like one whole floor down to the basement. 2 whole floors down to the basement. Okay. Magic is magic, yes. Alright, I guess I'll... Wrong spell, but I guess I'll just buff up then. Lockpick. And then, there we go. Alright, bit run down, but decent. Weird portal in the basement, of course. Sealed portal. Probably what the screams were from. Pilgrimage. I hear that topic from.
Gorgo Groshura, soldier of fortune, which means more or less unemployed and thoroughly pauperized.
Yeah, the Fighters Guild are all the mercenaries in the world at this point.
You too.
Welcome to Anvil. If you need a guard, just look around. That's why things are so peaceful here. Just look around. And there's a town guard. Prevents all sorts of misunderstandings. Yeah, I've heard of him. Isn't he a soldier or guardsman in the Imperial City? Goodbye.
Yeah, I got a new topic pilgrimage, but I don't know who I can talk to about it.
Hello there. How would you like to get my husband Gogan out of hot water?
Sure, what's he done?
Believe me, he'll need all the help he can get to worm his way out of this one. To think he'd fall for the gang's scheme. Ugh, I could kill him. I'm sorry. I'm rambling, and you look confused. Let me explain. The women in the gang use their wiles to lure men out to some remote location and rob them blind. It's been going on for some time now. The city guard hasn't done very much about it because, frankly, the men who are robbed are so embarrassed they don't want to report it. Take, for example, that good-for-nothing husband of mine, Gogan. He cared more about their charms than my own. When Gogan was with the women, they took something quite valuable from him. No, it's not what you're thinking. He was carrying a precious family heirloom with him when he was lured out to their lair. It was a small ring given to him on our wedding day.
It was a wedding
The
ring.
ring belonged to my mother and has been in the family for generations. I'm willing to give you all the money I have to get it back. 100 gold. Can you help us?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I'm afraid I can't offer you much help, but I'll do what I can.
What can you tell me
All I
more?
can tell you is that the best place to start is at the Flowing Bowl. It's a tavern located outside the city walls near the waterfront. Gogan may be able to give you more information beyond that. I like it here. People are very friendly. Much nicer than in the Imperial City. Something about Arvina Thelis is a bit odd. I've heard she keeps strange things in her basement. The Flowing Bowl attracts the worst Anvil has to offer. Always be on your guard.
I guess we'll get to the Mage's Guild recommendation a little later. I guess sanguine after we're finished with most of our work in Anvil. Technically, the whole profit thing is part of Anvil, but I'm gonna exclude that until main quest is done.
Good afternoon. I'm Thurendil, son of Julianos and Mohititona, queen of Akavir. These slugs climbing my spine itch something fierce. Like to dance?
What?
I'm listening. That's just too... Oh, that's... Don't try to manipulate. Well done. You're... Oh, what a great story. You... Oh, no, really interesting. What a... Oh, that's great. That... A witch? I see. Mother's coming for me in the dragon ships. I don't like these itchy clothes, but I have to wear them or it frightens the fish.
That made a little bit of sense. Makes me start to think maybe he's not crazy.
Everybody's talking about the Prophet. After the attack on the chapel, people are inclined to believe almost anything.
Case in point.
Goodbye.
How goes it? Heinrich Okenhull, captain and shipmaster.
Okay,
Goodbye.
you're gonna steal something, aren't you?
Put that back,
you worthless thief!
Somebody help! You won't get away with this! Come quickly! We've got... Somebody help!
you
Thief!
worthless
Come
thief.
quickly! We've got a burglar!
Ooh, stereo.
Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Mainlorn. My twin's name is Cainlorn. How to tell us apart?
You can't tell me anything about
Goodbye.
Ingo, whatever. A Thurendil. Or Ingolon.
I don't know you. You don't know me. Everybody's happy.
Oh, now I know where that line's from.
It's a big town. Hell, it's a big county. You stick to your part, I stick to mine, all right? You hear about Gogan? A gang of... Goodbye.
Hi.
You closed the gate. How did you do it? We can't thank you enough.
It's the guy from Kavach that screamed at me we're all going to die. Oh my god, I never thought I'd find him in Anvil. Well, it makes sense. This is the direction he ran in. I always thought he'd either like disappear from the game world or just died on the way, but... Oh my god. Still exists.
Bye.
Oops. Now, where is Gogan? Oh, hi, Mike.
Mike knows much, tells some. Mike knows many things others do not. So much easier to get around these days. Not like the old days. Too much walking. Of course, nothing stops Mike from walking when he wants. Mike wishes you well.
How's this? Still a bad place.
You look like someone who's comfortable in heavy armor. I'm a Soldan, mate. Not that it's any of your business. Crazy as a rat in a cat box. Just leave him alone. He's not hurting anybody.
Okay.
Why don't you just walk around and look for yourself? You need someone to explain everything to you?
Maybe.
I like eating at the Flowing Bowl. Mainlorn runs a quality inn. Farewell.
Good day.
Oh. You.
Good day.
What is it?
Can I help you?
I like eating at the Flowing Bowl. Mainlorn runs a quality inn.
I like the Flowing Bowl. Manlorn and his brother are excellent hosts. The Emperor and
You're a
his
fit
3
one.
sons
Been
dead,
running a lot?
right under the noses of the Imperial Guard. It's a disgrace.
Bye.
Enough talk.
Good to
I'm Krognak Grobrock, landsman, and I don't much care who you are.
Hey.
You see a sailor in the streets of Anvil, best step out of his way. If it's in his mind to raise hell, a little jail time is just fair payment. The Count's Arms is a very nice place for a meal, and Wilbur has an extensive knowledge of wines.
Wait.
Bye.
Wait, Wilbur? Is that the host? He didn't have any wines in his inventory. Or in his merchant inventory.
Astia Inventius, wife of the woodsman Pinnerus Inventius. Always out hunting. Anything to avoid doing a little work around the house. I still can't believe what happened at the chapel. Travaia, Leralthia, Domania, all dead. Well, if you don't mind scruffy sailors smelling like bilge, it's a lovely town. The men are all the same, drunk and shiftless. Farewell.
Wilger,
How are
whatever.
you today?
Oh.
You're a fit one. Been running a lot?
I'm Orvina Thelis. They call me the Rat Lady on account of all my pet rats. You can't imagine the fuss some people make. My rats are no problem for anyone. We'll see. You too.
Yes? I heard that Velwyn Venerus is trying to set up...
Wait, Cloweave's house? Huh.
Seems you've bloodied your knuckles.
Well met. My name's
Hi.
Quillweave. I've had some success selling stories about the lives of the lower and criminal classes.
Been looking for you.
I'm listening. Gracious, what a hero. What a dumb... Don't try. You've got a point. What? My life is... You win this one. That's just not fun. That's... Not now, not later. You're good. For someone who drinks so much, hauls ropes faster, is in peak physical condition. You could learn a lot from him.
Happy an athletics trainer.
Between the sailors and shipmen of the port and my little local circle of friends, I have plenty of yarns for knitting up my tales. You've got a lot to learn.
Acrobatics.
Goodbye.
Fight well.
You're a fit one.
Doomstone series. Ah. Yeah, that was Wilbur.
Yes?
I really don't.
Look at the muscles on you. Rano. I'm Anvil's advanced trainer in blade weapons.
Can you tell me where the master trainer is?
I certainly can't teach you anything more. But if the rumors are true, and Alex Lincolia is passing through Cyrodiil, he might be able to teach you. He'll be truly famous one day. Word already spreads about his skill. I think someone saw him at Farragill Inn not too long ago. You should try there. Good day.
And you are?
Your shield arm looks strong. Pinarus Inventius, hunter, woodsman, and marksman at your service.
Nice.
Let's see if we can't teach you a thing or two.
Oh, you're journeyman. Oh, wait. Yeah, the journeymans tend to be level 70.
I saw a big statue of Malakath, west of Fort Such, west of the Gold Road to Hammerfell. It looked like Daedra worshippers to me.
Fort Such.
I saw a big statue of Malakath. Plenty of deer, wolf, boar, mountain lion, bear in the county. Just need to know where to look for them. I don't know what to think about the attack on the chapel. Things seem to go from bad to worse, don't they?
How'd it do?
Certainly. Oh, that's great! That's really... Is that so?
Yes, it is.
Is that so? Bye.
Eh, see ya. I think it's time to turn on the quest marker. I don't know where the hell this guy is.
There's a charge in the... They call me Wilhelm the Worm, because dirt suits me fine. Town lets me live in the warehouse to keep out the rats.
It's a fine arrangement. As long as you're comfortable in there.
Everybody's talking about the Prophet. After the attack on the chapel... Nice, friendly folk in Anvil. Even the Countess greets me in the street. Well, except for that Newheim the Portly. He's a mean old scrote. Farewell.
Yeah, what? I like missed the... Did... Totally did. Hogan's house. 236, man. Why are you in here?
Look at the muscles on you.
What else can we do in town? Oh, let's check where the Oh, wow, we were very close to the Malakath Shrine. Let's go up there for a bit.
It's you. Hi.
Get a little quick. The last 1 minute version, 30 seconds is... There may debate between 30 second versus 1 minute. To say I cast this and then I get to my destination and then I have to deal with this obscene speed. We're trying to make fine adjustments. 30 seconds, it should be like wear off by the time I hit my destination, and if it's not worn off, it'll be off soon enough. But the thing is, with 30 seconds, is you then have to cast it kind of frequently on the way there. Yeah. Okay. I was pretty close to this, wasn't I? I missed it.
You dare come here to the shrine of our Lord? You are not one of us.
No, I'm not an orc.
I guess you haven't heard. We don't like the beautiful people. But maybe you can persuade me you're ugly inside. I guess you haven't heard. Folks think we're all evil? What do they know? Do I look evil? I'll be here. Were you invited? I didn't invite you. Who's talking to you? I'm not.
Looks like I'll have to look up the requirements for this. Let's see. Spells, Rapture.
You dare come here to... You're not one of Malakoth's favorite people. He likes orcs. Too bad for you. So you approach his shrine at your own risk. Then go on and do your approaching. But Malakoth wants a present. He likes troll fat. And he likes only troll fat.
Thanks, man.
Take your time. Please, I'm embarrassed. Ugh, that's real. You can't scare me. All right, I get it. We watch and wait.
Oh, hopefully I find a troll on the way. They do appear around here, but they are pretty uncommon, if not rare. Ah, there's the fort. I guess a pretty nice looking screenshot of the fort. Hope no new places crop up nearby, because I don't want to be breadcrumbed along the horizon. But enough of that. Alright. Interesting. I'd be glad if this is at least somewhat maze-like. Be cool. Mildly, as it seems. Only mildly. If I remember correctly, again, this is hearsay. I think in Daggerfall, the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, there was like an actual maze, like a place that was known for being a labyrinth, and so it was an actual labyrinth. Here, there might be some mazes, but places that are called mazes, but are kind of like small, self-contained. Their dead ends are pretty short, but there are some dead ends at least. And then there is the Labyrinthian, which is supposed to be, of course, a labyrinth. You know, like Yggdrasil Labyrinth, Etrian Odyssey and all that. Huge, sprawling place, very risky, easy to get lost in. Then Skyrim just makes it a straight line. No twists or turns, just combat gauntlet. Yeah. I hate that kind of dumbing down. Oh, right. Teleport. Teleport point. Set these up.
What's that?
Hi. All that strong for Merc, huh? Oh, I am lit up like a Christmas tree. You're good to see me, Crystal. What's the matter? Right here. Alright. These guys, let them go rampant. It's weaker than Gold Brand, but I kind of want to use a two-hander right now. Ah, needs a key. I'll unlock that later. Yeah, so as I was saying, I would like to use two-hander right now. Oh. I saw the Daedric Cross and thought you were my own. Ooh. Now what's up with the bed?
Hello, who's there? Today you I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
Alright, should be the death blow. There's a chest. I don't know where the key is. So this just reminds me that there aren't too many extensive underwater segments in this game. There are underwater parts, but you're never really forced to use water breathing. Okay. Try to keep that in mind as I explore a little bit around. inside and check local map. I can you find it. Oh, this really is it, then. Huh? Hit the kiwi then. Really even a key to begin with? I think there was that one average gate. I think of like a couple of spots where it could be. A couple, because it would make sense for it to be up here potentially. One of these an average lock. Here it is. Wait, is this the original entrance? Oh my god, it is. So distracted by the mercenary right here. Oh, I have to head back down south to Anvil. Two-hander for a while, so back to Gold Brand. This is the place that was so weird. No one here. Except for like the Lord and Lady. What? I don't know, I'm thinking I might try to dabble in illusion.
You have my ear, citizen.
You injured? Injured. Don't know why you mounted your horse then. Not going to hunt deer. I have plenty of venison. Ah, he left his home.
Hey, what do you want? I'm listening. Is that so? No, you do me too much honor. No, you do me too much. Is that? I wish I could say that. That's just talk. Well, you really now, you're such a charmer. Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. What? Oh, please. Really now, you're such a charmer. You're wasting your... All right, I get it. Sorry, I'm new in town. Don't know a soul. I swear that when I passed by Benares Manor last night, I heard someone scream from inside. Velwyn Benares will never sell that death trap. See, my wife couldn't keep a big mouth shut. Yes, it's true. I lost the family ring to those sirens. I'm ashamed about the whole incident, but not ashamed enough to ask for your help. I was sitting in the flowing bowl when the most fetching Nordwoman you've ever seen walked in with an equally attractive Imperial woman following. After we exchanged words, I followed them out to a farmhouse. Inside, they asked me to remove my clothes and items. Well, I did. And then suddenly they brandished weapons and robbed me. They sent me away with barely a stitch of clothing, harlots. Just please, help me get that ring back. I want to save what's left of my marriage.
All right.
I'm merely a man. How could I resist? What a mess I've gotten myself into.
This is flowing bowl, right? I just gotta sit down and wait, I suppose.
I heard you know how to move in light armor.
Ain't a flowing bowl.
You look like a shrewd businessman.
You look skilled in alteration. Do you want something Maybe from me? Maybe you can teach me something.
Busy today.
Absolutely. Well met.
Thief!
What's the
I haven't seen you here before. Aw, and you're all alone, too. How sad. Well, if you're up to it, I think we can solve that little problem. You see, me and Faustina here are lonely, too. And we've been looking for someone. You look like just what we need. I'll tell you what. We have a cozy farmhouse not far from here where we could, well, get to know each other much, much better. I'll mark it down on your map just so you won't forget where to find us. Meet us there around 11 o'clock.
PM?
I can promise you a night of fun you won't soon forget.
PM.
Go ahead. You're not. That's amazing. Don't. Not bad. No, you. Don't. Gracious. That works for me. Do I really have to spell it out for you? You're a man, and I'm a woman with a certain desire. You figure out the rest.
Her last name's Homewrecker.
Rumor has it the Nerevarine has left you on an
Can't wait to see you later. Don't keep us waiting. Drink
It is not
up and eat
surprising,
something.
considering
You'll need your
Morrowind's
strength.
violent past. We can only
Greetings,
hope the
Breton.
troubles subside quickly.
I swear that when I passed by Benares Manor last...
Hello.
You've got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat.
Alright, isn't there a smithy in town? I remember there being a smithy. There is. And it's closed. Yeah, so I found this farmhouse. It's locked with a key, so I couldn't get in. Thought it'd be an abandoned person quest, but there's something different going on at the farmhouse, yeah? A person up there? There's a person. Excuse me while I put the first shot into your front side. Ah, it's not even hard to hit. And got it. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm gonna go deal with inventory issue at 420. My sack. Let's go put it in my chest. Daedric, man. Super heavy. Also super expensive. I also should use this time to get some troll fat, shouldn't I? Yeah, where's the R? Troll fat. Alright, and then Anvil. I wonder how much this costs. Daedric intervention, that is. Oh, 165. I don't need my buffs to cast it. I think my base match goes 250 or something around there. Base match is int times 2, so that's like 218, so 268 is my base magicka. Then gets modified by my fortified by my gear and spells. A lot of my spells really do require full fortification to use, especially this last buff I'm using, Shell. 930 magicka, there's no way I can cast that without all my buffs and gear. It's really nice to know that my current favorite spell, Trigger Intervention, only 165. Oh boy. What was the time? 10:14? I'll continue taking the road. I'm contemplating this because there is a real chance that I might actually lose all my gear for a time. I doubt I will, but you know, guess I'll wait around for a little bit. Plants and such. I mean, if they somehow do actually manage to, within the limits of the game system, they have no chance of robbing me blind, but it could be scripted, like Skyrim, like SO, really. SO, it's like, even though you're being capable of slaying gods, there are just moments where you get knocked out, put to prison by, like, a freaking mook. Like, why? Just, makes sense. Actually, in the timing of a certain something, I pick this up next time. Don't worry, I'll be sure to do it later tonight because I want to get this finished too. I will see you next time.